Hey, you're watching Vinyl 4 Miles, your best resource for music and audio gear reviews. Today we're looking at the Hush X headless travel guitar from Donner. Stick around. Hey, you're watching Vinyl 4 Miles. What we do here is audio gear, music gear, guitars, basses, drums, vinyl, pretty much anything having to do with music or my hobbies, I'm gonna bring you content. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification while you're at it so you don't miss out on future videos. Today we're looking at another Donner product. This is the Donner Hush X guitar. Now I've already covered the Hush guitar on my channel, the Hush I, which you can check out here. That is the acoustic version of this. You know, it was a great guitar and it was really new when it was sent to me, and they've taken a lot of feedback from users and a lot of new features and packed it into this guitar. So that being said, why don't we dive into the actual case that it comes with. So here is what the case looks like. It has a nice embroidered Donner Hush guitar. On the front, you get aluminum handles that are on these nylon straps. You also get a nice reflective strip here, so if you are traveling at night in the city, this also doubles as visibility for you. Flipping around to the back, you have one hook and two at the bottom. This is for the backpack extension, which I'm gonna go over shortly. And finally, there's two compartments here so that you see two zippers. One's gonna be for your accessories and one's gonna be for the actual guitar itself. I like that they separated this way. It's a lot easier to put this thing together. If you watched my previous review of the Hush I, you had to use an Allen key to put the sides on. It was kind of a pain in the butt. This one, you don't have to worry about that, which is great. So why don't we go ahead and open up the first compartment here and see what it comes with. I'm gonna try to face this towards you guys so you can kind of see what I'm seeing. Look how nice and organized this is. There's pockets for everything on this guitar, which is awesome. So we have the sides here. This is gonna be your bottom and your top. There's a compartment in here that's full of accessories. So why don't we go ahead and open up the accessories, see what it comes with. Lots of plastic. You get yourself a Donner instrument cable. So you're ready to go right there. It comes with the instrument cable. This is a guitar strap. This is not the strap to use as a backpack. Keep that in mind. This is for the guitar itself. Let's go into the other side here. You get a nice microfiber cloth or polished cloth. Oh, you get headphones. Sweet. These headphones look like in-ear monitors. Comes with a few extra tips here for different sizes of your ear hole. And finally, we have our actual backpack strap. So this can be used as a single over-the-shoulder strap, or you can get another strap and use it as an actual backpack if you can get a 2-to-1. Man, this came with a lot of free accessories. Here's your tools, Allen keys, guitar picks, pretty much everything you need. And it also comes with some extra screws or threads, it looks like, for the top part in case you lose them, because there is 2 screws per string on this headless instrument. That's pretty much it. So that's all that you get on the inside. For the first compartment, let's go ahead and take out these. These are gonna be your top and bottom piece. All right, let's open up the second compartment. So here's what the second compartment looks like. There's the guitar. You can see that nice mahogany wood. There is a protective strap here, and there's a lot of padding. This is very padded. You could drop this thing off a building and your guitar will be just fine. And here is what the guitar itself looks like. Nothing further on the inside of this case, but huge advantage here is some of these travel guitars do not come with a nice case. If you look online and do some competitive instruments and you look at what they come with, nothing comes with a case this sophisticated, small, and with this many accessories. So Donner's really hooking you up. All right, let's take a look at the guitar before we assemble it. So as you can see, here's your new bridge system. These actually move a lot easier than the Hush I. The Hush I, you had to use an Allen key or you had to put a lot of force on it. There's also some notches on here, so if you want to use a flathead screwdriver, you totally can. Here's your humbucker. There's a single coil. This is for truss rod adjustment, which is nice that it has a heel-mounted truss rod adjustment. You just unscrew this here, remove that little protective plate, and you can go directly in, which is very, very nice. Going back to the features on the front here, this is a stack knob, so you have your volume, and then you're gonna have your tone stacked on top of it, which is really cool. This is something I've not really seen before. This is your 3-way switch, but it's kind of like an arcade switch. It just goes into place, which is nice. So you're gonna have your bridge position here at the bottom, just this guy. This is gonna split between both of them, and that's just gonna be single coil in the neck position here. Really cool. Moving up the neck, this I was told it has stainless steel frets and it's rounded frets. So I'm gonna try to get some close-ups on this for you guys to see. But they round off at the end there. So they don't go all the way through. You're not gonna get the fret nib issue that a lot of import guitars get. But it is stainless steel frets and it's a HPL fretboard, which is a high pressure laminate material. So this is kind of like a composite man-made material. So moving up, we do have what looks like plastic or purloined fret markers. All the way up to the top, we have a 0 fret, we have the nut, and then we have the headless component. And if we are to look at the headless component here, there is 2 screws per string. This does have an asymmetrical neck on it, which they say is great for every playing position. Similar to kind of what Strandberg is doing. There's absolutely no neck transition because it's one piece here. So that feels great. All right, and speaking of the back here, so here is the mahogany wood on the back. You do have your strap button right here and one on the bottom. Continuing down the back side here, this is what really surprised me at NAMM when I was looking at this. So this is your amp, your built-in amp basically. You can put your headphones in here, you can jam along to music. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do with this. And there is an option to do passive or active on the setup here. So once you open up this little door here, you're gonna see that's where your battery goes. So your 9-volt battery goes here, which I need to install. And it's also where you string your guitar up. That's where your strings go through. So you thread them through the back here, lock them in the top, and then you use these fine adjusters to actually tune the guitar. And if you guys wanted to see what the control panel looks like on here, so you do have your headphones here. This is if you want to jam along to music, it's like an auxiliary in. Here's your passive or active button. So if you don't have a battery in here, keep it on passive and you get the full tone of these pickups. This is where you put your 1/4 inch in, your instrument cable, and that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and stick the bottom in. So this, like I mentioned earlier, there's a little push-pull on here, and you're gonna press it up against the bottom mount there. Then you're gonna let go, and it's in place. That took 2 seconds. So now we got the bottom on there, and let's put on the top. Same thing, except for this time there's 2 holes. You have a hole here that just is for support, and then this one locks into place. So I'm gonna go ahead and press it into place. Just like that, you're ready to go. So I think at this point, my initial reactions are, yeah, it definitely feels good. Yeah, the only thing I noticed is that some of those higher register frets are a little hard to get to because your thumb hits the strap button here. But I think at this point, what we should probably do is, why don't we test out the onboard electronics? Unfortunately, I can't share that audio with you because I'm gonna be listening to it through headphones, but I'm gonna give you my initial reactions as to what I think. So let's check that out right now. All right, so I just did a quick demo off camera with the included headphones. Those headphones are rad, by the way. They are built a lot like an in-ear monitor. I think there's single drivers in there, but I was getting plenty of volume out of this. I was getting plenty of clarity, but here's the thing. I know this has that beefy little humbucker down here. It is extremely clean. So if you're using this built-in amp, just expect it's gonna sound kind of like an acoustic or an extremely clean electric. You're gonna get 0 grit, 0 dirt out of this, but it's great for practicing if you just wanna hear yourself. Overall, I mean, it sounded really good, and the tuning stability on this was excellent. And I also wanted to mention, I do have the actual stock strings on it. The first thing I recommend is when you get an import guitar is to take the strings off and put something good on there. These strings actually sound really good. So I left them on and they're not turning my fingers black. So they must have upgraded the strings that come included on this guitar. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hook it up, do a sound demo, and let's see what kind of tones we can get out of this. All right, I have the Hush X hooked up. We're going through Pro Tools. I'm using the STL Amp Hub, and I'm using the Classic 30 amp if you guys are interested in this amp simulation plugin that you can use with Pro Tools and other popular DAWs. I have a link below. All right, so this is clean. Let's see how it sounds. So that is the bridge in active mode. Let's go ahead and do the middle in active mode. Now let's go to the neck. Yeah, so compared to the bridge here, that's a pretty big jump there, so keep that in mind. All right, let's go into passive modes with the active feature turned off, so this is just the raw pickups. Okay, so this middle position now. Then the neck position. Now there's a lot of clarity in there for this being a clean sound. It's just the volume jump is killing me, and I don't know if you can see from this angle, but if I could just raise up that pickup, I think it'll take care of some of that. All right, so why don't we go ahead and check out what it sounds like with a little dirt on it. All right, so that's how the guitar sounds. We went through, I played it acoustically using the headphone amp. It's great for practice. It's great for those who are traveling and just want to be able to hear themselves, especially like if you're at a train station or an airport and you want to hear yourself and do some quick practice. You 100% can do that with the headphone jack that's included here in the headphone amp. Just make sure you have a nice, fresh 9-volt battery. And we went over some of the tones. I was really surprised at how good and full this guitar actually sounds when you plug it in, seeing how there's not a whole lot of wood on here, aside from like your neck and a little bit on your body. This thing sounded very full. I was pretty impressed with the pickups, the stock pickups that Donner put in here. I probably at some point, if I got really into this and I started gigging and traveling and using it live, would probably swap out the electronics for something super high end. But given the application for this guitar, I think what they have included here is sufficient for most musicians and is sufficient for a live environment. So that's the Hush X from Donner. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below. What do you think of this guitar versus the Hush I, the acoustic model? We got two models here now. If you guys played this, what's your feedback? What are you looking for when it comes to a headless guitar or a travel guitar? And what would you like Donner to either improve or expand on with these headless series? I'd love to hear from you guys. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. This is Vinyl for Miles. See ya.